Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. I'm Rob Evans. Welcome to Daybreak Plus. We're breaking down all the news you may have missed overnight and digging deep into what matters to you. And Hays County officials are working to contact people who may have been exposed to measles. Now, this comes after a confirmed case of measles in Kyle. The patient traveled to several spots. Take a look here, including a hospital and HEB in Kyle, always very busy spot there. KVUE's Isabella Basco has what you need to do if you think you were potentially exposed.
Hays County health officials say a Kyle resident tested positive for measles and is considered unvaccinated because they couldn't provide documentation of getting the vaccine. Matthew Gonzalez is the executive director of the Hays County Health Department.
What we want to do is stress the importance of getting vaccinated for measles. The Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices recommends that all children and susceptible individuals without evidence of immunity receive the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine. So the time frame that we have is going to start from May 11th to May 19th.
Health officials included a list of the places the patient visited while possibly contagious. Some locations that were visited before May 11th were included out of an abundance of caution. The locations range from the Kohl's Sephora on Marketplace Avenue in Kyle and the HEB Plus on Farm to Market 1626 on May 10th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. to the Texas DPS office on North IH 35 on May 13th from the morning to early afternoon. Jacob Heyman is a Kyle resident who shops at this HEB Plus.
Yeah, it's kind of wild that measles is spreading when it shouldn't be.
For anyone who could have been exposed, Gonzalez says to monitor themselves for signs of symptoms.
Predominantly, that's going to be starting a rash from the mouth down, and then a fever and conjunctivitis.
Hays County health officials also say they'll be working with the Department of State Health Services to offer medical treatment to patients who were exposed.
It was Isabella Basco, and if you think you could have been in close contact with someone who actually did have measles, contact your healthcare provider. Again, don't just go into any healthcare provider. Stay home. Use the phone. You can also call the Hays County Health Department with any questions. Well, we now know what happened in the moments leading up to an Austin police officer shooting and killing a man who was in a wheelchair. APD released 911 calls and videos from the incident that happened this past Saturday on William Cannon Drive in South Austin. And we want to warn you, some viewers may find this video disturbing. Take a listen.
Put your hands up!
Police say Danny Palomino pointed his gun, you see it right here, at an officer. That's when officers shot him. He died at the hospital. Now, according to APD, the gun Palomino was holding was actually a Glock replica. It turned out to be a BB gun, but there's no way to tell the difference. Chief Lisa Davis said it's hard to tell the difference between the replica and a real gun. Take a listen to what she had to say.
That's the danger with these guns, and unfortunately, these are easily bought on the online. And to an eye, I mean, you know, I've been in law enforcement for 33 years. I looked at the picture of this and I couldn't tell a difference at that point. I mean, it's really hard and it's very challenging.
Now, the officer who shot the man is currently on administrative duty as protocol, and we'll, of course, keep you updated on the situation if anything changes. 704 President Donald Trump moving forward with plans to build a defense system designed to shield the U.S. from missile attacks. The president says it would be capable of intercepting missiles from the other side of the world. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio reports, so critics worry about the expensive price tag.
This morning, President Trump unveiling plans to build a new missile defense shield that could intercept threats from space.
I promised the American people that I would build a cutting-edge missile defense shield to protect our homeland from the threat of foreign missile attack. And that's what we're doing.
Modeled after Israel's Iron Dome, the so-called Golden Dome would consist of a network of sensors and satellites for tracking missiles, along with attacking satellites that can shoot down missiles soon after they're fired. The project echoes President Reagan's failed 1980s Star Wars program, which was criticized at the time for being too costly. The Pentagon estimates the Golden Dome system would cost more than $175 billion, but the Congressional Budget Office says it could cost up to $542 billion. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the system will take shape in phases, prioritizing defense where threats are greatest. But missile defense experts warn the missile shield will not be capable of defending all of America.
When you see that Golden Dome on a map, it's not going to be ever possible. I'm a missile defense guy, but it's never going to be possible to defend against everything. And so we are going to have to be selective.
While early indications show Republicans would support the effort, many Democrats are expressing concern about the steep cost and if it's needed. A recent North American Aerospace Defense Command assessment says America's current approach of missile defense systems is adequate. ABC's Karen Travers asked the president about this in the Oval Office.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Military commanders asked you for? Did they ask you to do this?
Well, let me put it differently. I suggested it, and they all said, "We love the idea, sir." It's the way it's got to be, right? But they want it, and they wanted it badly once it was suggested.
The U.S. already has interceptors in Alaska and California for missiles launched from North Korea and Iran. The Golden Dome would expand the existing system. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
It is 7:07. Let's get a look at weather and traffic with Casey and Hannah, and we're changing it up again. Casey, it feels good right now, but don't get used to it.
Yeah, it feels decent out there, at least compared to the mornings that we dealt with. Man, that have been in the 70s, even some 80s yesterday. We're feeling the cool down. Now it's 70 for Austin, and we didn't quite make it into the 60s. We'll see maybe if we can do so in about the next 30 minutes or so, but otherwise we're going to start to warm things back up. 50s out towards Cameron. We had some 50s out across the hill country earlier on. They're now sitting in the low to middle 60s. All of us running much cooler than this time yesterday by 7 to even 18 degrees. We had that warm, muggy air that was in place yesterday. It's out of here. The drier air has since replaced it with that cold front that swept through the area yesterday. So we had a little bit more of a drier heat yesterday. Today, we still continue to keep things comfortable. Those dew points in low to middle 50s, that puts us in that comfortable range. But as we head into tonight, that'll start to tick back up here as early as tomorrow morning. In fact, we'll be looking at those dew points back into the 60s, eventually 70s as we head into your Thursday morning, and that is going to translate to another kind of stickier start to the day. Those low clouds back with us, and overall we're back to kind of how we have been morning after morning. Lows will be back into middle 70s, so we're saying goodbye to the seasonal lows that have been down in the 60s for this morning, and hello to that higher humidity. Soaking this morning while we've got it, a few passing clouds will take us through the remainder of this afternoon. High clouds for this evening. Shouldn't have any issues weather-wise for the evening commute. It will be dry. By tomorrow, we'll start to see the return of those winds out of the south. That'll produce maybe a stray shower or storm across the area by late tomorrow afternoon and into tomorrow evening, but many of us still remaining dry even for your Thursday. Highs today, we climb back into the low to middle 90s. Again, it still won't be feeling too bad as that humidity remains in check. By tonight, winds back into the southeast, southwest will eventually help pull in that humid air. 60s, low 70s waking up tomorrow morning. The I-35 corridor, where you're saying goodbye to the 60s for the time being. And tomorrow, as we reach those highs in the middle and upper 90s, the higher humidity actually making it feel like the triple digits in many spots. So we're back with the kind of same weather pattern that we dealt with really through last week. And what we're also going to start to see with the moisture returning is the return of some rain chances, especially for Memorial Day weekend. I know it's a big weekend to be outside. Right now, Saturday's your best bet to stay dry with dry conditions. Saturday should have no rain. Partly cloudy. It will be hot at 98 degrees, so not a bad idea to be out by the pool. Maybe you're taking the boat out on one of the lakes. Should be nice for that. Sunday, really not bad. Chance for an isolated storm, so even Sunday, those outdoor plans should be okay. It's Memorial Day that's going to be my day of most concern for outdoor activities, especially in the afternoon and evening, as we are going to be tracking a cold front moving through the area, and that is going to produce a more widespread chance for these showers and thunderstorms. So Saturday, again, dry. Notice rain coverage picks up ever so slightly. Sunday, we start to see some of the spotty showers and storms, still pretty hit or miss. By Monday, though, here comes the front. Scattered rain and storms out along it, where we may have to monitor the potential of even seeing some strong, severe storms as that front rolls on through. Now, the silver lining with that front is we will be looking at, actually with this front as opposed to the one we just had yesterday, a decent cool down on the way, I think. Models showing that we should be looking at 80s returning by around this time next week. In the meantime, though, we're all about the upper 90s. We keep it hot, we keep it humid after today with those increasing chances for storms for your Memorial Day. I love when you say the muggies are returning. That makes it sound like that. doing? Okay, it is a beautiful morning. You can roll down the window and enjoy the sunrise while you're sitting in traffic. But hey, at least we're looking a lot better coming in from South Austin. It's just been a doozy out there, per usual in those northbound lanes. Let's also hone in on what's going on in Georgetown. The slowdown is looking a lot better there, but still seeing some of that stop and go south of 29. And then you can see got some relief there and then a slowdown again, all heading towards Westinghouse Road. So heads up for you there. Let's take a look across the rest of the area. We also have a crash just south of DKR Stadium on 17th Street at Brazos Street. So heads up for you there. Looking pretty good though on that upper deck if you are coming and going from the DKR area near West Campus there. We also still have a crash west of I-35 in the San Leandro area, and that is on Manchaca Road near Falconer Way. And then you can kind of just see the slowdowns we're feeling all in those northbound lanes moving through Onion Creek and Bluff Springs. Also seeing some slowdowns if you are approaching the South Austin Terminal. Some stop and go there near Burleson Road. Not too bad though if you do have an early morning flight, if you're slipping out early for the Memorial Day weekend, Lucky Ducks. Right now looking good. Also seeing some slowdowns if you are coming in from Garfield towards that Del Valley area. And then, oh my goodness, it just hurts my soul every time I see it, 19 miles per hour. So really not moving very fast this morning if you are coming in from Buda. Manor slowing down. Round Rock, we've had quite a bit of stop and go there as well. And of course, that Georgetown crash isn't helping with that. Cedar Park's been pretty quiet today, so that's nice. 64 miles per hour. Westlake Hills and Oak Hill also slowing down a little bit on this Wednesday morning. But goodness, we are just trucking right along. Under 50 minutes if you are coming in from Buda today, under 20 if you're coming in from Round Rock, and Mopac has been real quiet, so looking good there. Back to you, Rob.
Diana, thank you very much. KVUE continues to investigate our state's ongoing drought and water crisis in our series Running Dry. As the state looks at ways to boost water supply and to fix aging water infrastructure, experts say conservation is still a big part of addressing this problem. Now, Shay Rolsom is with Austin Water. Take a listen.
When you drive out past Lake Travis and you see how low the lake is, that is the water that is coming into our treatment plants. And the way that we bridge these periods of drought is by all of us doing our part to conserve water.
A longtime KVUE anchor Judy Maggio shares the final piece in her series Running Dry. You can watch the whole Running Dry series, parts 1 through 4, right now, right here on KVUE+. And Taylor ISD is offering major bonuses to help hire more middle school teachers. The district offering a new $10,000 sign-on bonus to educators who join the middle school with 3 or more years of experience. Taylor ISD also offering a $5,000 bonus for teachers with 2 years of experience or less. And we're only a couple days away from Memorial Day weekend. Some Texas theme parks want to make sure that military members are feeling the love. Both Six Flags Over Texas in San Antonio and Schlitterbahn Water Park in New Braunfels are offering free admission to all active and retired members this holiday weekend. Of course, a valid U.S. military ID is required, and if you're going with a member, well, discounted tickets are available for family and friends. And ahead of Memorial Day weekend, Airbnb is activating its anti-party technology across the country, including in Austin. The Grill company uses artificial intelligence to identify higher risk bookings aimed to reduce the risk of disruptive parties. The technology will analyze several things in reservations, including the duration of the stay, if the booking was last minute, if it's flagged as high risk, the reservation will be denied. And concert lovers, listen up. Here's your chance to see some of the biggest names in music for just $30. Yeah, starting in a couple hours, Live Nation launching its $30 ticket to summer promotion. There are more than 1,000 different concerts to choose from, including Willie Nelson, heard of him? Billy Idol, not Billie Eilish, but Billy Idol, that one. Thomas Rhett, Avril Lavigne, and Kesha. And we leave this morning with something to talk about. 1 in 4 adults in the U.S. say they think they have great hearing, no matter how many Kesha concerts you've been to. But they actually have some hearing damage, and they don't even know it. That's according to the CDC. ABC's Christiane Cordero with the steps that experts suggest you can do to protect your hearing.
Hearing loss often happens gradually, making it difficult to notice. Common sources of harm include everyday noises over 85 decibels, like a leaf blower, a sporting event, or a rock concert. Certain health conditions can also increase your risk, including diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure. Left untreated, hearing loss can lead to cognitive decline, balance issues, and depression. The CDC says the key to protecting your hearing is early detection and prevention. A hearing test is quick, painless, and can help prevent further damage. And if your hearing loss isn't too severe, an affordable over-the-counter hearing aid may benefit. For those with more significant hearing loss, working with a professional can make a big difference. Audiologists can help customize and fit hearing aids to meet your specific needs, improving sound clarity and comfort. If it's been a while since your last hearing test, or if you've never had one, now's the time to get it done. With this Medical Minute, I'm Christiane Cordero, ABC News.
And that is it for a Daybreak Plus. Let us know what you would like to talk about. Message us at a 512-459-9442. Now, you do have to text that number. Calling it does not work. But again, you see it there, 512-459-9442. You can also message me if you want on socials at Rob Evans TV. It's on Instagram, on Facebook, on X. And stick around because Daybreak continues right here on KVUE Plus. Goodbye, everybody.